Hi Aquarius, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me here on Lucid Sweet Tarot. I'm going to be doing a general monthly tarot reading for you guys for the month of April 2019. It is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. But let's take what does and we'll let the rest go, yeah? Okay. I am a little late, so I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to start with the first half of April, second half of April, rather than going week by week. I'll clarify each week though. I'm still going to set it up the same, okay? And yeah, let's just get into it. All right. Spirit, I ask that you come into this space, that you connect me to the Aquarius Collective. I ask that you give me the eyes to see, the ears to hear, clairvoyancy, discernment, compassion, love, humility, light, to read, see, hear, feel this message clear for the sign of Aquarius. Please allow me to be the vessel to enable them to reach their highest potential, to enable them to be their best selves through their journey through the month of April 2019. Thank you so much in advance, Spirit. Yeah, let's get into it. We're good. All right. All right, Aquarius. So, all right. First half of April. I'm using the Wonderland and Tarot deck for you guys this month, okay? If you're wondering. All right, first half of April, Spirit, for Aquarius. Sugar. 1 second. Okay. All right, let's see. Hermit. Nine of Swords. Strength. And death. All right. Okay. So, excuse me. Hangman at the bottom of the deck. All right. Okay. So, first half of April, we are going within, secluding ourselves. It's taking a time out, but I feel as though this time out, it's not, I don't feel like you necessarily want to take that time out, right? There's a lot of things I feel like you are having to dig deep down and really come to terms with about yourself. I think this is having to do with really examining your darker side, the shadow side of you. This is having to go within. This is a lot of reflection on like if you've been wondering, if you are wondering first half of April, like, why am I surrounded by like people who just really weigh me down, people who have me second guessing myself, people who, or things, situations that keep me up at night. Why am I having these nightmares? Why does it feel like the world's ending? Why am I so stressed out? Why am I so in my head? And you really, it's going to take a lot of strength to reflect on some of these things that need to be reflected on. The things that need to be reflected on are the things that we need to let go of, the things that we need to put to rest, the things that we need to die within ourselves, the things that we need to kill off, the ugly in us, right? You might be dealing with a Leo, you might be dealing with a Virgo, you might be dealing with a Scorpio. Those are the signs I have so far, okay? Let's move forward, and then I'll do clarifiers at the end. We do have the Hangman driving this energy, so it's all about gaining new perspective, like I was just saying. All right. Second half of April for my sweet Aquarius fam. What's going on? Second half of April. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. All right. So I have the Devil. Okay. I have Two of Pentacles. And then I have Two of Swords and the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot. Okay, so give me a second. It looks like after taking this time out to reflect and really let some things go, whether they be from the past or your current situation, after taking this time out and having to be really strong through that, it was like really difficult, I feel. And then all of a sudden, mid-month, it's looking like you're going to be tested, like something's going to be trying to come back into your life to kind of trip you up. Whether this is like substance abuse, like say you have you had a drug or alcohol problem or whatever kind of addiction problem, and you have just taken the time and done the work to get better, right, to heal. It's like something comes along and tests you and see if you'll fall for it. Whatever it is, it's going to look super tempting. It's something that's has the power to really set you back. It's going to have you feeling very imbalanced, very indecisive. It looks like you'll be kind of stuck in this place of really weighing out the pros and cons. If I do it again, if I don't do it again, whether this is a person, place, or thing. I feel like you will, after laying whatever needs to be laid to rest, it's like when it comes back into your life, you feel as though you might be strong enough to have it around and still be on the path of progress. You'll be able to still keep focused on the things that you have gotten back into your focus while entertaining whatever this toxic thing is in your life. You're like, I've done the work, I've done the inner work, I'm strong enough, I can handle it, right? And you're trying to like balance it out. You're trying to, make sure that you're paying attention to yourself and you're keeping your priorities straight, but at the same time, you're still trying to give whatever this person, place, or thing is the time of day. Deep down inside, you know that something has to be let go, a decision needs to be made. It's a head over heart decision that needs to be made after trying to juggle your time, your money, your energy, whatever it may be for you, and that is involving this toxic person, place, or thing. There's a head over heart decision that you need to make, and you know what decision to make. You don't want to make it, but it's looking like the end of the month, we are deciding to take the high road. You might be going to someone for advice. You might be a Taurus. I have I have Virgo, Leo, Scorpio, Capricorn, Taurus, and I have Cancer at the bottom of the deck, so however it resonates. You might be going to someone else by the end of the month because you can't make a decision. You go to somebody else and you're like, what do I do? Which road do I take? They're going to give you, if you're going to somebody else, or you're just going within for your answer, you're calling upon, your higher power, whatever that may be for you, source, universal spirit, whatever it is that you call it. You're going to get the right answer, and I feel like you are going to take the high road. Yes. We have the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. The Chariot is the underlying energy, the energy driving these cards. And it is having gone through the battle and coming back victorious. Knowing what to do because we've been through it before. This is very fast movement. So during the month of April, a lot of things happen in a very short amount of time. You realize a lot of things, you let go of a lot of things, you allow things back into your life, you let them go again. There's a lot going on this month, okay? But it looks like through it all, towards the end of April, we're staying strong and we're staying true to ourselves, right? Because we have realized how much progress we have made, and we realize that it's not worth losing, right? Going back to what we already know isn't good for us. What had kept us in this Nine of Swords energy, right? What had kept us and put us in a very dark place, which was for a purpose. Going to that dark place was for a purpose, and it was needed in order to learn some things about yourself. But that doesn't mean we need to go back there, right? We've already taken that time. Our time is precious. It's valuable to us, okay? And this is saying, prioritize it, understand and be careful and acknowledge where you are putting it, your time and your energy. Okay. All right, let's pull some clarifiers. Spirit, could you please clarify the first week of April for Aquarius? Oh. Whoops. Okay. I tried putting this one back and it said nope. Okay. So the moon in the reverse. Nine of Swords again. So yeah, it looks like there's been some light, there's been some insight. Light has been shed on a certain situation. Possible secrets have come out that have really, again, we're putting you in this dark place, but it is also, the moon in the reverse, to me, it's a sign of a phase being over, right? And moving on to the next one. Can I get one more for the first week of April, please? One more for the first week of April. For Aquarius, one more. Clarifying the Hermit and the Knight of Swords, and more clarifying the Hermit. Knight of Swords. So whatever whatever has come to the light, whatever you have gained insight on that is kind of hurting you, it might be that you moved too quickly into something. I feel like it's learning that not everything is black and white, right? There are gray areas if you slow down to see and feel and hear them. The universe will slow you down when it feels you need to slow down. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, can we clarify the second week, this strength and this death card? What do we need to have the strength to put to rest? What are we having to be strong? What are we having to have self-control over? What are we needing to let go of, move on from, end? Okay. That's a lot. Sorry, that's too many, guys. I'm gonna try that again. Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't want that many. Sorry, I'm not doing it. Can we narrow it down, please, Spirit? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. 6 of Pentacles and 2 of Pentacles. So 2 of Pentacles came out again, 9 of Swords came out again. Confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. So I feel as though it is giving too much of ourselves. Giving too much and not receiving an equal trade of energy, time, commitment, love, compassion, whatever it may be for you. It's having strength to balance out the give and take of a situation or of a relationship. It's having the strength to end a cycle of overdoing it, of being taken advantage of knowing that you're enough. Can you please clarify the 3rd week of April for Aquarius? Please clarify the 3rd week of April for Aquarius. What is this toxic thing we are trying to maintain along with the rest of our lives, and what will we have going on? Oh, goodness gracious, guys. You guys feeling a little crazy? Kidding. More confirmation. I have the Hermit, this time in the reverse. So this is like we're afraid of letting this go completely, and it's because it's been so comfortable for so long. At least we feel like it's been so comfortable. We've gotten comfortable with being uncomfortable, and so therefore we see it as being comfortable when we keep this toxic thing in our lives, because it's what we know, it's what we've been used to. So we're afraid that if we let it go, we won't have some kind of weird, twisted security blanket. And if you try to maintain whatever toxic thing this is in your life, whether it's a person, place, or thing, it's going to lead you right back into the place that you started in the Hermit mode, going back and reflecting, taking time out, right? And then again, it's this toxic thing is still, it's taking more of your time that you could be using for something better. I'm going to get a couple more maybe for the 3rd week of April for Aquarius. Okay. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. So for some of you, it's you don't want to, you're afraid of being alone. That's for some of you. You're afraid of being alone. For some of you, it's afraid of finding out who you really are because you haven't taken that time yet to do so. It can be scary not knowing who you are and having to figure it out. I understand that. I get that. I've been there. And so that's why we are continuing to try to balance that toxic thing out in our life. It's because we're afraid of either being alone or we're afraid of really getting to know ourselves, which is kind of one and the same a little bit. And that's why we're holding on to this toxic thing. This toxic thing there's a good chance that it has made you believe that you need it. This could be a codependent relationship that you're in, right? And you didn't take time out of, and one person might not understand that that's the case. So you guys might have to be strong through that. If you guys are meant to be, you'll end up back to each other. But in this case, it is a toxic thing because it is becoming a codependent thing, right? It's not about loving yourself. It's not even about loving somebody else. It's about having somebody else love you and needing that to feel like you're enough. It's not fun. It doesn't feel good. It's ultimately the most uncomfortable thing, in my personal opinion. Okay, can you please clarify the third, I'm sorry, thank you, 4th week of April for Aquarius. We have the High Priestess with the Hierophant. The High Priestess is like the Divine Feminine, and the Hierophant's like the equal of that, but Divine Masculine. Yeah, it's having that inner knowing. It's These are the ones I put back. That's funny. You are going to have to in order to get the spiritual advice, you're going to have to seek it. You're going to have to really listen, really tune in. Okay, this is a deep knowing that something is not going to work out, and though you may feel abandoned in the process, you may feel alone in the process, and trying to find your footing. Hope is coming real quick. If you're in the process of making the decision and you really feel like you can't, you know how it's going to go though, even though you're not making the decision. There's going to be some kind of message coming in at the end of the month that's going to enable you to act on making that decision that you know that needs to be made. Whether this be from, I don't know, like a church, someone who's just older than you, someone that you feel has a lot of wisdom, someone that you might go to, but maybe it's a counselor, a therapist, might be something like that. There's going to be a big signal, a big sign. It's going to come when you get stuck in between this 2 of Pentacles and this 2 of Swords. The universe is going to feel it, it's going to see it, it's going to remember, it's going to have you remember where you've come from and what you have just recently come out of, right? Which is the cold, the dark, feeling uncomfortable, and it's going to remind you really quick of why you are not there anymore, of why you do not need that in your life. And that might come off as uncomfortable, but you have to understand that being uncomfortable in that way just for a little bit is going to enable you to be ultimately content and really comfortable as far as the longevity of this goes, okay, of your life goes. Someone who is, I feel like some of you are going to be talking to someone who has recently or might have gone through the same thing. And they're going to come in being kind of like your support system, reminding you. And again, for some of you, it's just going to be like an inner knowing, something that just rushes in, and it's going to really put you at an advantage point as far as, because you actually, for some of you, it's like you are going to get lots of messages or lots of advice from all kinds of different people. Like everyone's going to be like, you should do this, and you shouldn't do that, you should do this, and you're going to be like, yeah, I don't know, and like, I wouldn't, whatever those people have to say, especially the ones that are on a lower vibration trying to bring you down because they're hurting, you're going to have that advantage point because, again, we have taken the time out to do the work, to do the inner work, to evaluate our shadow selves, our dark sides. We know what needs to die. We know what needs to be let go of in order for us to move forward, in order for us to rebirth into our best selves, right? In order to change the cycle of how things have been going and what we've been attracting. You're going to know better. It's going to hit you like a ton of bricks, too, at the end of the month. Whether it's some inner message, inner knowing, an outer message, it's going to come quick, and you're just like, oh, shit. All right. Got it. Got it! That's what it's going to be like. All right. Aquarius. Right on. A lot going on. You guys are strong. You got this. I wouldn't, if you're feeling confused at any time, give it a minute. Make sure you take that time out to reflect. When you do, you will get answers, okay? You just need to take some time to quiet your mind and really go within. If you need to ask a therapist, guidance counselor, I don't know, pope, pastor, whatever it may be to you for some advice, some guidance, then do that. They might have those answers for you. Either way, you're going to be getting answers at the end of the month that are going to continue you on the path of the journey to self-love, self-mastery, right? Just little speed bumps here and there. It's the universe testing what you've been through, what you've learned, okay? It wants to know that you're ready for bigger and better things. So, I mean, if you feel like you are ready for bigger and better things, then, take that time to really pass the test. As far as these little trials and tribulations are coming along, they're just tests. The universe wants to test you. Are you ready for the next thing? Are you ready for the next step? You're saying, yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. Okay, well, show the universe you are. Right? All right. We're going to pull one of these for like an overall guidance type deal. Something you can maybe listen back to. It's just like a sum up for the month of April, okay? Let's see what Spirit has for you. 1, 2, 3, Aquarius. All right, Spirit, what is the message for Aquarius? What are we leaving Aquarius with this month? What's the message for Aquarius, Spirit? What's the message for Aquarius? Message for Aquarius. Message for Aquarius. What's the message? Thank you all. Oh, nice. Okay. All right, Aquarius. We got Mayu Soma from the Galactic Hearts. Beautiful. All right, let's read it. Number 36. It says, the Divine Mother's milk of the galaxy is feeding your soul. Expansion of your horizons, your spiritual purpose, and your sacred responsibilities is taking place. Divine potential within you is awakening at a higher turn of the creative spiral of consciousness. This oracle is a prophecy of ascension and grace. Your soul has been going through a deep spiritual feeding process and is growing rapidly. The evidence of this in the outer world will be a sense of expansion, of opportunity, reach, connections, and new levels of spiritual experiences. This oracle foretells the welcoming in of a new phase in life. Newborn energies and fertility, whether biological, creative, or psychological, are being stimulated. The oracle indicates the discovery, development, and expression of talents. An increasingly public profile which moves you into the spotlight can help you fulfill your divine life mission, provided that you keep your inner connection of spirit as the highest priority. The oracle speaks of soul healing around matters of trust, spirit, mother, and abundance. Alright, Aquarius, thanks for letting me do your reading. It's been great. I love it. You guys are strong. You got this. Be mindful, right? Listen. Really hone in. I love you guys so much. Thanks for joining me again here on Lucid Sue Tarot. If you guys want a personal reading, my email's in the description box below. I love to work with you guys. And other than that, I'll be seeing you guys in May. Alright? Lots of light, lots of love, and namaste.